Hello friends, this video on Mathematical Reasoning Part 8 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Before watching this video, please make sure that you have watched Part 1 to Part 7. So here also the statement is if it is Sunday then school is closed. And if you see I have added more condition here because I wanted to prove here again that if it is if and then statement. If it is Sunday, the school is closed. If it is raining heavily, school is closed. If it is summer vacation, school is closed. If it is winter vacation, school is closed. So here you see the statement is of this form. If P, then Q. Here this is P and this is Q. That is, if it is Sunday, school is closed. This is statement. So statement is of this form. P is to Q. Correct? The statement is of this form. This is statement, for example. I write clearly here this time. Then the contrapositive is of this form. If Q naught, then P naught. This is contrapositive. Contrapositive. Converse is of this form. Is Q to P. This is converse. You just topple it. This becomes converse. And for inverse, you just add negative statement here. So, negative of P implies negative of Q. This is inverse. So if you see, everything we have derived from this only. The statement is P is to Q. To find contrapositive, you topple it and add negative, negative, complement, complement. To find converse, you just topple it. P to Q becomes Q to P. And to find inverse, you have to just add negative, complement statement both sides. Correct. Now, the first question is we have to find the contrapositive. Contrapositive we have seen is of this form. Negative of Q implies negative of P. Q is this, school closed. So we will say negative of school closed is school not closed. That is, if school not closed, this is negative of Q, then negative of P. Negative of P is today is not Sunday, then today is not Sunday. Today is not Sunday. So this is what? This is nothing but contrapositive. This is contrapositive. This is 1. So contrapositive is 1. Now to find converse, it is Q is to P. So I'll write converse. So for converse, first write Q. Q is if school closed. If school closed. Correct? And P is what? P is today is Sunday, then today is Sunday. Correct? This is my example. Similarly for inverse, I'll put 3 here. Not of P implies not of Q. So not of P is today is not Sunday. So that is if today is not Sunday. Is not Sunday. This is not of P implies not of Q. That is school not closed. Then school not closed. So what we have seen here, we just need to remember these formulas. If we have these wrong formulas, we identified P and Q and then we can form. For example, P is to Q and then we say not of Q is to not of P, Q is to P, not of P implies not of Q. All these are statement, contrapositive, converse and inverse. So if you want to find contrapositive, we know contrapositive format is not of Q implies not of P. We found not of Q is if school not closed, so we wrote if school not closed, and not of P is today is not Sunday, then today is not Sunday. Similarly, to find converse, the format is Q implies P, Q is school closed, if school closed, and P is today is Sunday, then if school closed, then today is Sunday. Similarly for inverse, not of P implies not of Q, not of P is today is not Sunday, so we wrote if today is not Sunday implies not of Q, not of Q is school is not closed, then school is not closed. So this is the step how to write contrapositive, converse and inverse. Also you see, I'll show you that if statement is true, contrapositive is true. If statement is false, contrapositive is false. And similarly for these two. So let's assume today is Sunday. Correct. Let's assume today is Sunday. So if today is Sunday, this statement is true. Today is Sunday and school is closed. Correct. This statement is true. If you see the contrapositive, if school is not closed, then today is not Sunday. So if you see here, today is Sunday and school is closed. So in our case, if you let's suppose today is Sunday and school is going to be closed, right? Today is Sunday and school closed. So if you see, if today is Sunday and school is closed, our statement is true. P is true, Q is true. Correct? Both are true. If you take the contrapositive, it says if school is not closed, if school is not closed, but the school is closed, so this becomes false. If false, so if this is false, this statement should also be false. And this statement here says today is not Sunday, but today is Sunday, we have seen. So this is also false. So we assume, we have found that statement and contrapositive are same. Actually they are same. Similarly for converse and inverse, both are same. But statement and converse is not same. Correct? So let's suppose the converse here says that if school is closed, then today is Sunday. But we have seen that if school is closed, there can be many reasons. Maybe today is raining heavily, today is summer vacation, winter vacation. So this statement may not be true. Correct? Because when I say school is closed, there can be many reasons for the school is closed. Today may be Sunday, it may be raining heavily. Today is Tuesday and it's raining heavily, or today is summer vacation. So we have seen that if school is closed, from this we can't make out whether it is Sunday, Monday or Tuesday. Because there are other reasons for which school can be closed. So this statement is not true. See what we have seen now, statement is true because we have assumed today is Sunday and school is closed. And we found the contrapositive is also true because school is not closed is false and today is not Sunday is also false. If false, then false. It is true. But this statement, the converse is not true. Similarly, if you see the inverse, if today is not Sunday, then school is not closed. Correct? They are saying that if today is not Sunday, let's suppose if today is Tuesday, then school is not closed. But it is wrong. For example, if it is today is Tuesday and it is raining heavily, school is closed. So this statement is also not true. So what we have seen that if statement is true, then contrapositive is true. If statement is false, contrapositive is false. So statement and contrapositive are same thing, but statement and converse and inverse are not same. But if you see, converse and inverse are same actually. We can show that also if you want. Converse and inverse, they are same actually. So let's suppose we will take this scenario. So if you say school closed today is Sunday, this is not this scenario actually. It will be a different scenario. It will be something like that. School closed implies Sunday, right? Or there can be other condition for Sunday also. For example, dad office closed, it is Sunday, right? Or you can say nearby mall closed, it is a Sunday. So if you are looking at this statement, if school is closed, then today is Sunday, it is not this one, it is this one. That is, if school is closed, today is Sunday. But for Sunday to happen, there can be other scenarios. For example, dad's office is closed, dad didn't go to office, or the nearby mall is closed. Such kind of thing. Then today can be Sunday. And in this scenario, if you see, if today is not Sunday, we can guarantee and say that school is not closed. So these two statements, if today is not Sunday, school is not closed. And if school is closed today is Sunday, both these represent this figure actually. So this figure represent both the scenario. And this figure, the one which is bigger on this figure, represent first two scenarios, statement and contrapositive. So now I think the picture is pretty clear. This statement, this figure which you have seen, today is Sunday, today raining heavily, today is summer vacation, or today is winter vacation, then school is closed. These all depict this statement. If P, then Q. Because this is P, this is Q. But this statement, today school is closed, today dad didn't go to office, today mall is closed, then these all things imply Sunday. These are converse and inverse statements. This graph represents converse and inverse statement, and this graph represents statement and contrapositive. Hope this is clear. What I wanted to prove is statement and contrapositive is same, converse and inverse are same. but contrapositive and converse is not same. So that means these two are different, but they are same. So this graph represents statement and contrapositive, and this graph represents converse and inverse for the same snap. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.